Welcome to Butlers Bangalong. Welcome to Butlers Bangalong. Welcome to Butlers Bangalong. Don't wanna be treated this way. Don't wanna be treated this way. Hi kids. Okay, we're gonna do some headlines today. Headlines. Listen to this. Headlines. Baby, won't you give it to me one time? Headlines. Baby, won't you give it to me one time? That's the new headline song. Here's what we're gonna do today. No headlines. Okay, we're gonna do some headlines. Screw it. Oh, brother. Alright. Headlines, see? Told you. Maybe we'll do that one later. Because there's stuff we gotta talk about. It sure doesn't have anything to do with Stormy Daniels, I'll tell you that right now. Not a thing. Okay, Trump did sign a big monster spending bill, and everyone's wigging out about that. I don't really care. Whoa. Holy crap. Gee whiz. I never realized that happened. Only when it was plugged in. Okay. Golly whiz. Golly gee jeepers whiz killer. Golly gee willikers. Trump signs a monster spending bill, and the budget blows into oblivion. But he vowed never to do it again. He was mad. He was like, you guys suckered me into this. I guess, like, you know what they do. They hold people hostage. What is it this time? Old people, kids, something. Somebody's not going to get their check. Old people are going to get their check if we didn't sign this bill. You know what they did? They gave themselves raises in this bill. Got some bonuses or something. Planned Parenthood got $500 million to kill babies with. That's awesome. Good for them. Because killing babies is really cool, right? Nope. This is interesting. Lawmakers had 1,000 minutes. It's not a very long time. To read 2,232 pages. That's the bill. Here's a couple hours. You guys now go read this bill, and we'll vote on this thing. Yeah, it's all full of pork, full of crap, full of bending junk. But everyone's like, I don't know. There's everybody who's loving Trump is now like, I'm not off the Trump train at all. I love it. I still love it. He just fired somebody the other day. Just the other day. Fired him. Gone. Total turd ball, too. He totally deserved it. Okay. Did I tell you guys about the Austin bomber? They got him. Yeah, that was last time we talked. They hadn't yet. So what happened was, I think they'd figured it out somehow. Video footage of something, and then they went and they got into a shootout with him, apparently, and then he barricaded himself in, and then blew himself to pieces with one of his own bombs. I don't know how that happens. But there's nothing left of the guy that was the bomber. It's just bloody dust at this point. There's some red links on the Drudge today. Man arrested for threatening to murder a Republican congressman because he was upset over the pot policy. Yeah, people are pissed about that. You know how many people I've known personally that had to go to jail for marijuana? Good Lord. And now half the states, it's just like it's no big deal at all. But the other half of the states are still throwing people in jail. It's a bad deal. People should be upset. You know, I've hung around a lot of hippies in my life, and I tell you, these guys, man, what they're looking for is they're looking for someone to champion their cause. They're looking for somebody to champion their let's get marijuana legalized. Let's get it decriminalized. Whatever they're trying to do. And they're looking for the champion, to tout their agenda. And they think it's the Democrats. And it's not going to be them. They had 8 years to do it. Obama could have did it day one. Why didn't he? He's not so cool. And you're saying, well, Trump didn't do it day one either. No, he didn't. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen with these guys. Okay. And I'm not saying I love Republicans. I don't. I hate them. I hate them all. I wish there wasn't parties. I wish everyone just ran on their own credentials. It'd be so much easier. Such a huge waste of money the parties are. You have no idea. They waste money like there's no tomorrow. And they ask people for more of it and more of it so they can help their party, and they waste it on these big, huge, extravagant dinners and junkets. That's unbelievable. But they've been doing it that way for a long, long time. And if somebody could just say, here's the way we're going to do it now through emails, and we're going to save $10 zillion by doing it this way. Well. You guys know who the Hog is? This kid, right? That David Hogg right there. Apparently he was on some talk shows today, and he was using cuss words a lot, like F this and F that. He says his teachers are very understanding. He's skipping school for TV. My teachers would have understood if I was a big drama king and I wanted to go, talk to the TV people every day and just travel around the country and try to take away people's First and Second Amendment. I would try to get out of school for that. I'm sure my teachers would have understood completely. Because teachers don't like guns and they don't like free speech. They sure don't want those kids saying whatever they want, do they? Is that what you want, teachers? I know one teacher. I guess I know two now. I don't think they're smart enough to be teachers. They might be. Maybe they are. I doubt it. I don't think the people that taught me were smart enough to be teachers. I hated school. God, I hated school. I hated school, yo. I hated it. Didn't like nothing about it. Nothing. Oh, wait. Once I got into high school, there was a class called Building Trades, where you got to go and build a house. And I liked that. I liked that a lot. So George Clooney, a Hollywood actor, said that David Hogg makes him proud of his country again. He doesn't make me proud. He makes me sad, because he's clearly this brainwashed kid that his dad and mom, they're all must be leftist communists or something, and they've been brainwashing since he was a little kid to just get out there and just tell everybody, hey, we know this gun stuff's bad and you can't just say whatever you want. A lot of sports stuff today. Don't do that. An Iowa family on vacation was found dead in Mexico. Don't go to Mexico till they fix it. That's what I'm going to do. And when they fix it, I'll go then, but not till. They need to get their own version of Trump, right? Right? Kill all the banditos. Shit. Okay. A woman cooked a chihuahua. A little dog. She cooked her little dog because she thought her boyfriend was inside the dog. Okay. There was a water slide. People dying on water slides. See that video? That kid slipped off that one water slide that one time. He just got sideways at the bottom. Okay. Missed connections. Craigslist shuts down personal ads. Who cares? Cloak and data. Behind Analytica. Who cares? Between fake news and data harvesting, Facebook has no way to win. No, Facebook's on their way out. We'll see ya. There's nothing they can do. They blew it. I'm sorry, Facebook. People are suing them over their personal data being released. Let's see. Elon Musk takes down Tesla and SpaceX pages. Why? Because he knows it's all fake. Beijing Fury after the U.S. sails near to a disputed South Sea islands. The Chinese people right now are out. They take sand out of the bottom of the ocean. They start piling up in one spot until an island pops up, and then they claim it is theirs, and now they've got new land, a new territory out in the middle of the ocean. That's what they're doing. China bans TV parodies amid content crackdown. Right. China will be the first one to do everything to tell everybody they can't do stuff. Now, the freedom of speech is the most important part of the Constitution. You know how that happened? You know how that got to be? There was people, when they were making the Constitution, they got it all done, and they were just like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not going to sign this until I can see like a list of things that the government can't do to us. You know, like they can't take away our free speech. They can't take away my guns. There's some old technology called books. Glenn Beck wrote one called Arguing with Idiots. The premise is you get some liberal friends and you don't know what to say. He'll help you out. And they got a chapter 12, I think it goes over the entire Constitution. They break it all down. It goes over the First Amendment. You ever heard it? Here's how it goes. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And we're almost halfway done at this point. It's all about religion. Or abridging the freedom of speech. That's the next line. It means you can worship how you want. You can say whatever you want. Then it goes on to say, or the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And that doesn't seem so hard to understand, does it? There's no problem as long as Congress doesn't make a law that tells Americans that Presbyterianism, that's the belief that when you die your soul goes up on the roof and gets lost. Presbyterianism. It's a Glenn Beck joke. Okay, now, let's see, how does he say this? Let me just start it over. There is no problem as long as the Congress doesn't make a law that tells Americans that Presbyterianism is the official state religion to which all people must belong. And that's the way it was. That's why they started America. Because over in England, you had to be in the church. And if you weren't, it was bad. It says here, so that the straightforward definition of it, First Amendment is freedom of speech, but it doesn't just say people can say whatever they want. First it talks about religion, where you can have a show talking about religion, or you could join whatever church you wanted. It doesn't mean that you can invent a religion that says I can go kill people. That ain't gonna cut it. And as long as you're peacefully assembling and you're not throwing riots, you should be able to do that too. And you can be able to tell Congress and anybody you want to be heard. That's why people go out in the streets all the time with their signs, but they're not organized. It's really silly these days what they're doing. Okay, so given that straightforward definition, why are your idiot friends always screaming separation of church and state? Maybe you should ask them to point out those 5 words in the Constitution, because they're not there, apparently. The phrase was actually contained in a letter written by Thomas Jefferson to the Danbury Baptist Association in 1802. That was 15 years after the Constitution was written. The Danbury Baptists were a minority religious group that feared that they had no inalienable right granted to them by the state of Connecticut to worship as they chose. Instead, they felt they were allowed to worship only as a favor granted to them by the state. So they wrote to President Jefferson, and they sought his guidance and comfort that they could continue to worship as they wanted. And Jefferson responded with the exact words from the Constitution to allay their fears. And then he mentioned the Establishment Clause in the Constitution, and that created a wall of separation between church and state. So those words came out in a letter to some people that were just asking them to clarify. That's all that is. And you also notice there's no mention of constitutional protection from being offended. If a person is offended by a religious display on government property, a nativity scene, for example, tough. We're sorry for you. But we have every confidence that you'll get over it, and if not, oh well, there's always France. And France is shite town these days, if you didn't know that. This book was written a while ago. Don't think it's pre-internet or anything, but it was quite a bit. Now let's see. This is 2000 and I can't find a date anywhere. Oh, 2009. So Obama had been in power 1 year when Beck came out with this. Does good books. I don't listen to Beck anymore because he became a never-Trumper, but all his books are good. It's all on point. It's no different than listening to InfoWars, except that when he talks about Alex Jones, he talks about him like he's an idiot. Beck always tells you to do your own research, which led me to Alex Jones and InfoWars. And I think it was like code. It's like, don't listen to me. Listen to those guys. I said, it's the same shows. I spent years watching Beck, and then I'd watch InfoWars. They talk to the same people. They talk about the same subjects. It was pretty much the exact same show with two different people on it. Except when Beck would talk about Alex Jones, he was a conspiracy theorist. It was the worst show ever. He pretended like he didn't even know him. And they cut him down real bad. And when Beck would talk about, when Alex Jones would talk about Beck, half the time he was complimenting him. And half the time he wasn't. But Beck never ever gives InfoWars an inch. And I didn't think that was right. So I stopped watching Glenn Beck. Oh, have we banged on anything yet today? I think we should do that on the moon. Some of these drum sets on here have little songs into yeah, smack it to turn it off. Here's my favorite one. Sounds like a rubber drum set. think there's anything left to do. I wonder if I can press the 0 button to make it all... Ha! No, that didn't stop it. Let me try something else. Just got too many things to look at, too much junk. I gotta get used to this.